Welcome to Princess Week here at the library. We are going to make some not poisonous, but poison red apple Krispie treats. Alright, so we of course have our Rice Krispies. I've cut the recipe in half, but if you want to make the recipe as is, that's cool too. So I'm going to do 3 cups of the cereal. And if I was at home, my little dogs would be anxiously awaiting their cereal, because they like cereal in the mornings. Who doesn't? Alright, here's my Rice Krispies. We're going to save those till we need them. I've got a tablespoon and a half of butter. We're going to melt... No. Oh. We're going to melt that first. The recipe talks about using a microwave bowl and doing that with the marshmallows together. We don't have a big enough microwave bowl here at the library, so we're going to do it old style, which works just fine. It does take a minute. The recipe also talks about using cherry jello. I'm not sure how that's going to go, so I'm just going to use the food coloring. I don't know if I think cherries and marshmallows will go well, but if you think cherries and marshmallows sounds up your alley, that's great. Add it. I was also, when I was at the store, thinking that you could also do lime jello. You could have lime Rice Krispies. I don't know how those would taste either, but I think I might like lime better than cherry. Alright, that is melting pretty good. So we're going to use half of a packet of large marshmallows. And that we're going to eyeball as soon as the butter is melted. So once the butter and marshmallows are melted, it's going to be kind of quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to add that mixture to the Rice Krispies after we add the red in. So we'll melt the marshmallows and the butter, and then we'll add the red in, and then we'll dump it in. And then we're going to spray our hands with some cooking spray. Oh, there we go. We're going to eyeball that. And then we're going to form the red balls, which might be tricky because it's going to be sticky and also you have to do it quickly, otherwise it kind of hardens. And then we have our parchment paper and our tray set up over there, so we can kind of scoop those there. Alright, you do want to constantly stir your marshmallows because you don't want anything to happen with that. And then, once you have your marshmallow apple Rice Krispies formed, we're going to add a Tootsie Roll to the top as a little stem. And if you're really ambitious, you can add some leaves. You could make leaves out of frosting. You could make leaves out of some kind of other gummy candy or like a fruit roll-up or something that's green like that. We're not going to make those, but you can do that. And when you do, show us in the comments with your picture. Alright, this is starting to melt. I'm just going to keep stirring that. Kind of break up some of the marshmallows here. Get a little bit of an arm workout. Slowly getting there. It takes a little bit of time. You kind of want to make sure, again, that these are smooth. take that from the heat, still stir it. I'm going to add in, didn't want to come out, 3 drops of red. Stir that up, still bubbly. Oh, that looks like a good apple color. Oh, it looks like a good poison apple color. You see that? Cool. Alright. We're going to try this. This might be a little tricky. Oh, that might have been a silly thing to do. Let's try to get all the marshmallows out. Back on the stove because that's hot. We're going to stir that up. Do this over the sink because that's going to be gross. That's disgusting. I can only do that with one hand, so I'm just going to do that. Sometimes being left-handed is terrible. You can only do certain things with one hand. Alright. This is still a little bit warm. And we maybe didn't add... This might be why they did the... so here's the ball. This might be why they did the Jell-O. Because it's red-ish, but it's not exactly red. And the Jell-O might have just given a little bit of more redness to it, but that's okay. This is why baking and experimenting go hand in hand. Even though you sprayed them. Okay. That was my first one and that didn't do as well. Make them a little bit tighter. Kind of reminds me a little bit of making hamburgers. Not gonna lie. Alright. We're gonna swap. Swap that over here, and we have our Tootsie Roll, which I probably should have unwrapped prior to that. Alright, so let's see, which is this one? I like this one. Alright, there is our apple. Dare you to take a bite. See you guys next week.